Hey guys, it is Mindez here with the part 0 of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. As ever, part 0 being your chance to see some usually recently released Steam games and judge them on their first impression basis. Now, I'm going to start out this particular part 0 with a bit of a caveat. And that is that this game is not for everybody. This game is heavily story-based, and I mean heavily story-based. There really isn't a massive amount of actual gameplay. It is very, very exploration-y, it's very story-based, it's very puzzly. But I think that it is... You know, that's the kind of thing that I tend to rate fairly highly. Those are the kind of games that I tend to really connect with. As long as they tell a good story, that's really what I value most in a game. And this game is certainly one that has a very unique storytelling experience. So I'm just going to kind of get straight into the game here, because really there's very, like, I could explain how it works and everything, but really the game kind of throws you in without any kind of explanation, tutorial, anything like that, which is fantastic. And I think that's probably going to be the best way to handle this video as well. Let's have a quick look at the option screen. Some basic, like, quality stuff here. We can turn up the anti-aliasing. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Surely nothing bad can happen from that, right? Controls. Oh yeah, well, we can actually see the controls. Great. I was wondering if there was anything like this. Alright, enough messing around. It is time to begin the game. I'm going to remain quiet over the rather short introduction cutscene, because the voice acting in this game, from what I've heard so far at least, I've played for maybe 10-15 minutes before recording this. The voice acting seems pretty good, so let's go ahead and get into the game here. Yep, I'm quite happy to restart a new game. For the sake of you guys. This game is a narrative experience that does not hold your hand. Good. As far as I'm concerned.
Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
Can I go back in the tunnel? Oh my god, I can go back in the tunnel. How far can I run before it's going to stop me? I have no idea. Right, let's actually get on with the game. Okay, I got distracted there. Sorry, I get easily distracted. You guys should know this by now. So this is very, like, okay. First thing, the very obvious thing, the absolute incredible quality of the graphics. This game is so pretty. It really is. I mean, you can see even like the closest I can really go to some of these objects, you kind of expect to have very generic kind of tiley textures. They look absolutely fantastic, and the developer actually has some rather interesting blog posts on the website about how they actually achieve some of these techniques, and it is really interesting just how they've managed to make this game just look so incredibly pretty while still running at a pretty decent pace. It really is, like, absolutely very impressive. So the game does kind of just launch us in with no real idea of what we're doing here. So I'm just going to follow these tracks for a little while. I have done a little bit more of an explorer in this area, and we're probably going to have to do that, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, you know, it's a game entirely about getting the story I mean, look at this view. Okay, I really just wanted to come straight over here and look at this view because I spent a good couple minutes just staring at this. And pause the video if you feel it necessary at any time. Seriously. And there are certain things that we can kind of inspect, and a lot of things are kind of hidden off the path. So if we go ahead and wander through this forest over here, I think we will at some point come to basically some obstacle. Yeah, okay. I think there's one here. Oh no, it's a trap. The game does seem to be inspired somewhat by the Sherlock TV show, in that it's got little. Whenever we find something that we can interact with, kind of text starts popping up and dancing around. It's really weird. So in the early part of the game, it's not so noticeable how Sherlock inspired it is. Oh, yep, that's a trap as well. So this first part of the game is just kind of about finding all these traps. And we'll find out more about these traps once we've found all of them. But the story, it seems like this is going to be a game where the storyline is very much not so much a secondary thing, but a less important thing. Oh, a nice little trap here as well. That would be nice and pleasant to fall into, right? Those spikes look nice and rusty. I see the more traps we're actually unlocking here, the more we're kind of building up this weird sense mode. And I assure you, like I say, the game just kind of launches you into this with absolutely no explanation of what anything is. So you just kind of wander around trying to activate some more traps. Oops, there's one. I found another one! I believe there are 4 traps in total. So we've almost finished finding all these things. I actually forget where the last trap is. So it is probably going to take me by surprise. Let's do a little bit of sprinting around here. La la la, I'm looking for a trap. Oop, found you. There we go. So if we kind of activate this sense mode or whatever, I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to figure stuff out, and it just teleports us over here, which is like we were like on the other side of that tree over there, and now it's just teleported us over here with absolutely no explanation. You know, just why not? But near to where we have spawned, we can find a note, and that's going to give us a little bit of storyline. Oh boy. So what does it say? An old man came to the forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around many dangerous traps. I guess those are the traps that we kind of have been discovering. The villagers believed this old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest, but the old man wanted the villagers to believe this, because then they would search the forest for treasure and not drink his sap. One cool fall night, someone set fire to the forest, and the fire spread to the village. The old man escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. When he returned to the village, he found all the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried. Then he found more sap to drink. Oh, he sounds like a nice guy. He sounds like he has a bit of a...
I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
And that grandpa's name was Albert Einstein. No, it wasn't. So you see, we just kind of got a little bit of insight into Ethan's kind of past. I guess kind of we're in search of Ethan. I guess he disappeared, and we're trying to find him. And to find him, we're going to have to try and retrace some of his steps. So this was probably like a forest near where he lived as a child or something. Oh wait, there's another one here. I never noticed this one when I played before. Okay, let's read it. One dead in house fire. Oh my god, the withdrawal from Vietnam something complete. Amazing. One dead in house fire. Bayfield County fire. There we go. Fire damaged a historic home in Red Creek Valley Wednesday morning, according to officials from the Bayfield County Fire Department. That's pretty similar to Ethan's story. That's kind of creepy. A family of 6 was asleep when the blaze broke out to the remote house, once owned by Albert Vandergriff, at 46 Old Ogden Road in Red Creek Valley. Gail Carter, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene. Remaining family members were able to escape. Carter's husband, Edwin, 62, told investigators he may have fallen asleep with a lit cigarette in his hand. Firefighters were dispatched to the scene at 4:22 a.m. That's either 4:22 or 1:22. I can't entirely tell with this font. Or 7:22. I think it might be 7:20. I don't know. And remained at the scene until around 5 a.m. Wednesday. The font is kind of weird. They returned to the property 4 hours later to extinguish hotspots which had rekindled. Assisting at the initial fire was the Ashland Town Volunteer Fire Department. Masonville Emergency Medical Services was on standby at the scene. Okay. How do I get to the next part? I think it is a 1, because, like, if you look at the top, it says 1 out of 2. Although it so looks like a 4. I don't even know. Okay, so can we, like, rotate this round? Yes, we can. And what does the back say? There we go. Have these blah blah blah. No answers for Vandergrift heirs. Members of the Vandergrift family again gathered in the Bayfield County Courthouse today to debate the fate of the Vandergrift fortune, which has remained in escrow since 1960. Either 1961, 1964, 1967, who knows. Family patriarch Albert Vandergrift, 74. Okay, that's a 7. Okay, 7's got a line going through it. Alright, I think that's 1961 then. Died in a mine accident, the after effects of which nearly destroyed Vandergrift industrial and severely damaged the local economy. James Vandergrift, 38, of Chicago, argued that his father's demands were unreasonable and that many Vandergrift family members have personal reasons for wanting to avoid living in Red Creek Valley on the Vandergrift estate, as stipulated in the elder Vandergrift's will. The recent fire in which the Vandergrift home was damaged, he said, only underlined his family's concerns. Since 1967, the Carter family has lived upon the Vandergrift estate as temporary caretakers. So, I'm not entirely sure. Like, this seems to be the kind of thing. What is that? Oh, it's a packet of cigarettes? Oh, the cigarettes spilled everywhere, actually. Didn't even notice those. And there's a lot of really subtle... I imagine this is the kind of game... I can't really speak for the storyline. I imagine this is the kind of game... There's a bottle there as well. Where... there are likely a lot of very subtle clues. So I'm getting like the hints that his grandfather was like a drunk and that he smoked a lot and things like that. And I think that's really what we're supposed to be getting from here. And I think it's the kind of game where you could just kind of run on through, not really stop and explore stuff, and just get to the end without really learning much about Ethan. But that would kind of defeat the entire point. It's a game that you really have to take slow and try and avoid pressing the sprint button. I'll sprint now because I know where I'm going. It's kind of avoid pressing the sprint button and just kind of, savor the experience. Because otherwise you can miss a lot.
Seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned 2 things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
There's also the story of the guy that you're playing as well, who I'm not entirely sure. I probably know less about him than I know about Ethan, so there we go. Alright. So I don't think there's anything of interest on this bridge to really examine. I do want to really take this game slow and find stuff, but then of course there's always the possibility of you just having randomly walk past stuff. I could have missed stuff in that first area for all I know. I would like to think I didn't. First time I played, I didn't even notice that letter in the fire, so there we go. That shows how observant I am. And obviously the more you get, the more pieces of the puzzle you can kind of piece together. So it's really kind of made in such a really ambient way. I like to play more ambient games. So we have here a rail car, which we can enter. Awesome. And what exactly can we do with this? Absolutely nothing, because it's completely, probably out of gas? I imagine this thing actually has a lot more problems than just being out of gas. I don't really know. But either way... oh, what's this on the front as well? Blood, animal, human... And here we can kind of get that Sherlocky vibe. Accident, murder. Crankshaft. Fresh scratches, recently used. Which is very, very Sherlocky. And we also sometimes get this weird cloud of words, which kind of... I think these tend to act as clues, because it's telling us that we basically need a crank to be able to crank something, but maybe like give power to the rail car or something. And this is kind of a clue as to which direction it's in. if you place it in the right direction, then it'll kind of be more of a solid word. So if you look over there, and then you can hold the left mouse button, and it'll actually show you what we're looking for. So it does give some clues to the puzzles in that way, which is fantastic because first time I played this game, I actually walked right past that crank, and I had absolutely no idea where it was. Alright, I think we want to walk basically along the rail track at this point. I have not really got much further in this. Like I say, I pretty much walked down to the bottom, walked back up to the top, and that's it. I didn't really do anything apart from that. Okay. Well, there's stuff here. Looks like some kind of rope. What can you tell us about it? Cut ties! Cut ties! Untied! Tied! No blood! Oh my god, has someone been tied to the rail tracks? I can just imagine someone twirling a mustache like a 1950s gangster villain and just like, I've tied Penelope to the rail tracks. I don't know why Penelope. It has to be Penelope. And this will be Penelope's blood. Rest of the corpse. I wonder where the rest of the corpse is. I wonder if it's in that direction. Victim dragged away, crawled away. Crawled away without legs. Okay, this game's getting a little bit dark now. Severed legs, there we go. We'll gladly have some severed legs. Let's follow the blood trail! That's never led anyone into problems before. What's this here? Oh, there's the rest of the corpse. Are you okay, dude? Are you in need of medical assistance? Blood from legs, blood from fractured skull. Well, you can't see past his brain. Cause of death, blood loss, head trauma. Take your pick, honestly. The fact that he seems to have been run over by a rail cart, probably wasn't that. That's not an adequate cause of death at all in the slightest. So I never actually did find that crank handle, but apparently it's down on the beach down here. Let's have a little bit of a sprint down and see if we can find it. Like I say, I kind of ended up over there, near where that building is. I've not actually explored the building, actually. And, so we'll take a little bit of a more detailed look at this beach here. Oh, hi. Oh, there it is! Found it! Alright, let's go ahead and take that. Probably want to head back up to the rail car with this in the near future. But, you know, just in case there's something else that we're missing on here. Is there anything else? I'm so uncertain. I get the feeling each part of the game is probably going to have, like, a set of puzzles. And one of those, like, sense things that's going to teleport us to somewhere where we can find out a bit more about a bit more about Ethan. And the other characters that are involved in this. Because I seem to know Ethan, at least. The character that I play. So I'm guessing there must be some kind of connection. What do I have here? Okay, there's the rail track. We've met back up with the rail track. That's a good sign. So like I say, I never actually went over this way. So we'll have a little bit of an explore around here. Because I do want to show like at least some blind stuff. And I mean, look at the texture quality on this. It's absolutely fantastic. Like this game, I think was fairly big. I think it was like 16 gigs to start. Don't quote me on that. It could have been a bit smaller, could have been a bit bigger. I think it was like 16 gig, and I'm pretty sure that about 99% of that is textures. But there we go. I think the result has been worth it. I think the result has been very much worth it. Is there anything over here? Nope, just a cliff. So you know, it feels like a fairly open environment because you know we're on this lake. We were at a bridge up there somewhere. I believe we're going to be heading around to that bridge. There seems to be buildings over there. Oh, is that the town? Oh my god, that could actually be the town where Ethan's from. That would be interesting to explore. I've seen quite a few screenshots from this game that show like really pretty looking high detailed buildings. Alright, so this appears to be the train station for the rail car that we really probably should go get working. Alright. There doesn't seem to be anything here that I can see. But then again, you never know. There could be something hidden in the forest. There could be something that I just kind of overlooked. There are very, very subtle details. Alright, I'm going to head back to the rail car. We're going to head back through the forest this time. In the hopes that we see anything. First time through this forest, I saw absolutely nothing. But it's a huge, huge forest, so chances are I almost certainly missed something. I'm absolutely pretty much positive that there is something in this forest that I have missed. I just don't have a first idea where that would be. This rock formation, maybe? No? Okay. I think it's a lot less of a creepy experience, you know, second time through, and it's a lot less of a creepy experience when I'm actually talking, when I actually have, you know, some kind of sound around me. But when I'm just playing this on my own and it's really quiet, this game is really unsettling. It's like, you know pretty much nothing's going to happen. Because I don't believe that there's any kind of fail state in this game. I believe it's just, it is pretty much just a game about, what is this? You know, finding out more about the story. Rock, 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 divot. Fresh dirt. Rock? Rock! Rock, where are you? Okay, there's a rock somewhere. I never found this either. Over in that direction? By a stump. Oh, it's like literally right off the rail thing. So, okay, we'll keep an eye out for that as well. Is there a stump here? A little bit further up then, maybe? Oh, what's this? I missed so much! Oh my god! Okay, what's this? Dried grass, dried grass. No sun? The sun's up there. Rectangle shape, rectangle shape, rectangle shape, rectangle shape. Rail car from the bridge. Oh, so the rail car was over here. Okay, well we know where the rail car is. The rail car's like right up there. So I think we need to get the rail car over this piece of grass. By using the crank handle on it. Get it over here. That's probably going to like... We're going to put something where it belongs, and that's going to unlock something, I don't know. Gasoline, diesel fuel. Dropped. Carelessly, in a rush, on purpose. Maybe trying to make the track slippery so that the rail car skids? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, where's that... Okay, is there a rock anywhere? This is the stump! I've got a rock now. I have so many items right now. I don't think I have any kind of inventory though. Yeah, I don't seem to have any kind of inventory. And here's the severed legs. Ah, nice to see a nice familiar sight of severed legs. I never thought I would say those words in that order, but you know. It's funny how life kind of takes you by surprise sometimes. Okay, let's use the crank handle on the thing. That's probably going to give it some power. So I need to spin the crank. Can do. And is that going to give us power? Yes, I think it is. Alrighty. And then we want to head backwards. Oh, it's actually working. Oh, forwards! This is going to be a terrible idea. Full speed ahead! I don't know if you've ever seen me and Ziva play Drive a Steam Train. But I imagine this is exactly how it would go. In fact, I don't need to imagine. We did it, and it went absolutely terribly. In fact, we went faster backwards, so let's try going backwards. I need to get to a very specific spot, I think, so... We'll probably need to do a few adjustments when we're actually in the right place. I realise I'm going to be driving over those severed legs again. Which almost certainly constitutes some kind of, like... illegal thing. What's that I'm driving over now? Oh, the gasoline. This is the place, right? Is this the place? Let's exit. Is this the place? I think I need to back up a little bit. Okay. A little bit further back. I'm hoping it's just going to snap into place at some point. Let's try there. Was that far enough? It's making weird sounds. I'm not sure I like that. Can I use anything? Do I have to turn off the engine? Okay, let's try that. If I'm wrong about turning off the engine, I guess I'll just have to turn it back on again. There we go, engine is off. And has anything changed? Nothing at all? I'm reasonably certain that getting this here is important. Okay, I'm gonna try pushing it back a bit. I don't know, like I said, I don't even know if anything's supposed to happen, but you know, I've got it in the right place. And that feels like a step in the right direction. It's all about solving puzzles, man. It almost reminds me of something like Myst. Okay, are we at the right place? I don't know. No, it's way too far back. Well, whatever, we'll figure this out later. For now, we have a rock to return. That's right, I want to put my rock in here. There we go. There we go, you see? You see, guys? I've put the rock back. Now what? Is that it? Now it's just a rock? Dang it! I don't understand what I don't think I've accomplished anything. This is terrible news. Okay, a little bit forward. Make minor adjustments. I don't think this is going to be massively fussy about where you park it. So there we go. That's correct. I'm officially calling that correct. It's not correct, but whatever. Yeah, it's close enough. I don't know if I've accomplished anything today. But there's stuff that you can interact with, which is quite cool. This episode's probably going to this episode's probably going to be fairly long, on the longer side. Just because it's really not a game where you can just kind of sum it up and explain it in like 5 minutes. This is a game that you need to kind of see. To get good impressions of it, you need at least some idea of how in-depth it goes. And I've not seen how in-depth it goes. It just seems to keep going deeper every time I try and solve something. Alright, well, let's see if we can find anywhere new. Because, like I say, I'm fairly certain that if you do just kind of run past everything, we'll probably make it to the next section. You know, we'll have missed a massive chunk of the storyline, but... Oh, hey, what's this? Some kind of building? That I can't...
Trains have been through here for a long time. That was part of a pattern. Large pieces of this country were thrown away, doomed to become, and then remain, the worst versions of themselves. Beneath all that rot, dark things grow.
Ah, that's very, very interesting there, Mr. Narrator Guy. It is so ambient. The background music as well is actually really nice and calming. Okay, this has got to be something, right? This has got to be something I can interact with. No? This is just part of the environment. Damn it! Damn it! I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, hey, I'm at the other dam. That's going to be the village over there. I'm not going to go to the village in this particular video. This video's been absolutely terrible, by the way. I've accomplished basically nothing. I've put a rock back in its rightful place. Whoopee. Apart from that, I've done a lot of running around with absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Which, you know, ultimately, I think that is probably the best way to sum this game up. It's not for everybody. I said that right at the start of the video. It's not for everybody, but it is an experience. And yes, you will spend the majority of your time running around accomplishing absolutely nothing. But ultimately, isn't that just part of the fun? I have been Mindez. This has been The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I am doing my outro very slowly in the hopes that I discover something right towards the end. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen before I manage to finish this sentence. Oh no, I gotta go over here. I found a thing. The bridge. The bridge, I can go to the bridge. I gotta go to the bridge before finishing this episode. Can I even get on the bridge? Yes, I can. Huh. Well, yeah, I've been Mindez. This has been The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I've been requested not to go on and do a full LP of this. I do tend to ask the developers sometimes, and they've said that I'd rather not spoil the story for people. But I will definitely be playing this, you know, in my free time, and I can definitely recommend it to you guys. Like I say, it's not for everybody. You know, it's on a similar vein to something like Dear Esther or something that is very heavily story driven. Yeah, we were on that bridge before, weren't we? It's got great world design. The graphics are absolutely fantastic. This is a world that you can get lost in, and that is entirely the point. I haven't been Mindez, with The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. If it looks interesting, then you can pick it up on Steam today. And I shall see you for something else. I'm just going to end with a nice little... Oh, the sun. Oh, there's the sun. There we go. We'll end with this shot. Nice and picturesque. Oh, it looks like there's eyes staring at me there. Sometimes it's creepy. See you guys.
Professor, the handprint! There's a handprint! It's a handprint, Professor! The handprint printed! The handprint printed, Professor! That's a handprint, Professor! And the printer, Professor!
Well spotted, Luke.